thought that was appropriate, since July 4th is coming up in a few days, to share with you what the Lord showed me his heart was towards America. Now, I've written this out, so pardon me if I read it, because I'm not used to being on camera and I don't want to mess this up. I went to a lot of trouble to word this better than I can just probably say, so I'm just going to read this. But on 6/16/18, okay, so that was a few years before COVID, before the contention over the Betsy Ross flag on the Nike shoe, before anybody ever had this kneeling problem at the football games, okay? This is 6/16/18, he showed me this. I had been an hour's worth of just spending time with him, and really had no objective in prayer, no, I really was just spending time with him. And this is what he chose to share with me. Okay, so on 6/16/18, I went into an open vision. I mean, it literally just right in front of me, this unfolded. So in this vision, I began to see the iconic white stars on a blue background. I immediately recognized them as the stars on our nation's flag, except that they seemed larger than normal, and there were only 13 of them. I counted. As I continued to watch with curiosity, the view began to pan out further, and then I began to see to the right what at first looked like an entirely white background. I thought it odd that there were no red stripes until it panned out yet a little further. I began to see red whip marks, and the realization hit me. They were Jesus's stripes. I was struck with this revelation and also the wordplay on the red stripes. I took to the internet to find more about the meaning of the stars and find out more about our national flag. So this is a clip from Wikipedia. The national flag of the United States began as a flag containing 13 stars, representing the 13 British colonies that declared independence from the Kingdom of Great Britain and became the first states in the United States. The blue canton, referred to specifically as the Union, was to be comprised of 13 white stars in a blue field. On June 14th, 1777, the Second Continental Congress passed the flag resolution which stated, "Resolved, that the flag of the 13 stripes alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white, in a blue field, representing a new constellation." And then I began to read more about the history of our flag. And when reading about the many people that shed their blood, gave their lives for this country, an incredible amount of people gave their blood and their lives for this country, or limbs, or, all the sacrifices that they've made, I realized Jesus was trying to communicate with this version of the flag he was showing me, that he was the first to shed his blood and pay the highest price for this country. From the very beginning, this country was founded for the purposes of establishing this new nation under God's authority and leadership, while also providing for religious freedom. Now, if you look behind me, there's 2 t-shirts. One's a woman's, one's a man's t-shirt. I had these made up because I felt like he wanted me to share this. And I had a really dear friend who I shared this with, and she really pushed me. At times, a little strongly, but I so appreciate her doing that, because I felt like the Lord wanted me to get this out, and I didn't know how else to do it, so I just had t-shirts made. And she was real instrumental in that process. So these t-shirts I had made with the image, but if you notice, there's five stripes. 5 is the number of grace. And interestingly enough, after I had this image, I went to a graphic designer and I tried to make it exactly like I saw it. The dimensions, the number of everything, I tried to duplicate exactly what I saw. And after I had this this image made and copyrighted and printed on this t-shirt, was listening to Ray Charles sing the national anthem. I really like his version best, but when he sang God shed his grace on thee, I just thought, oh my goodness, just exactly like you showed me. He shed his blood. He shed his grace on America. Whew. Okay, one of the nicknames for our national flag is Old Glory. Now when I was reading Wikipedia, that's what it said. And I was like, yeah, that's right. It's called Old Glory. But I heard the Holy Spirit when I was reading this say, this is my new glory, not the old glory. I'm bringing new glory. And so I just want to share with you today his heart. His heart is that it's his nation. His heart is that he loves America, and he loves Americans, and he loves that we love him as a nation, as a whole. We love him and we honor him. And so anyway, I just want to leave you with that, with this image that he showed me. And also, if you remember nothing else, just remember his stripes are on our flag. That's him taking ownership of this, of our nation. He loves this country, and he has sacrificed for this country, as well as thousands of people have sacrificed for this country and for our freedom.